White Sox baseball on Chicago Sports Network is brought to you by Wintrust. Different approach, better results. Another day, another game here at Petco Park. The White Sox shut out the Padres for the first time in franchise history last night. And today they go for the sweep, which would be their second straight. And with that, let's take a look at who's going to be on the mound for both teams. For Chicago, Anthony Kay looks to get back on track. And on the other side, Griffin Canning makes his season debut after 5 rehab starts in AAA. Welcome into the broadcast, everybody. I'm Brooke Fletcher. The White Sox, they have been rolling, winning 5 straight here and are just shy for their longest win streak since last August. You know, when we talk about this lineup, the long ball has really been the story, but small ball is what really took place last night and was the reason why they got that big win. They have won 5 games without a home run, and they're going to look to continue with their big lineup here today. Will Venable, you know, talk to me about that's what it's going to take. Some days the power won't be there, but they've grinded out those at-bats, executed situationally, and found ways to score. And he pointed to the trust and the chemistry in that clubhouse. You know, Sam Antonacci gave a little more insight into that. He said, hitting is contagious. When guys are rolling, you can feel it. No matter where you are in that lineup, it's that energy in the dugout that carries over on the field. Coming up, starting stars, the White Sox rotation has been a strength all season long, and Anthony Kay gets the ball here today. Can he get the sweep for the Sox? John and Gordon will break it down coming up on the other side of the break. We'll be right back.
Excited to get this one going. The finale in San Diego as the White Sox looking for the sweep. They will hand the ball to this man, Anthony Kay. His first 4 appearances, he was really good. The last 2, he's given up 12 combined runs, looking to get back on track here to finish up this series against the Padres. What is up, everybody? Welcome inside the booth alongside my guys, Gordon Beckham. I'm John Schriff, and the White Sox have a 5-game win streak right now, thanks in large part to this pitching staff. They have been really good. The key for Anthony Kay, they want to get him back on track. They have made some tweaks. Won't give it away just yet. We will get to that throughout this broadcast, but the starting pitching, it has been phenomenal as of late.
Yeah, the White Sox are 1 game under 500, and the starters are a big reason why. They are giving up less than 2 runs per game as a starter. That is excellent, and they've been pitching to a 3.7 ERA since the start of the season. That's good enough for 7th in the big leagues. Going deeper, since April 3rd, they pitched a 2.83 ERA. They are getting better and better, highlighted by the last outings between Schultz and Burke, both pitching 6 innings, neither surrendering a run, and now they hand that momentum off to Anthony Kay in hopes for the first sweep of San Diego in franchise history.
Coming up, could it be a series sweep? Gordon, you bring your broom?
Yeah, baby.
Coming off the series sweep against the Angels, looking to back it up with another one here in San Diego. We are fired up and ready to go. First pitch up next. Munetaka Murakami entered play today as the home run leader by himself, but he now has company as Aaron Judge has gone deep. Both tied atop the standings with 13 home runs as Murakami looks to take back the lead by himself here on this Sunday in San Diego. Will Venable done an incredible job with this White Sox team, looking for 6 wins in a row. That would match the longest win streak the White Sox had all of last year. He's got these young guys playing their best ball of the season. Take a look at the starting lineup for the White Sox. Sam Antonacci gets his first start at the top of the order in his career. Murakami in the 2-hole, Benintendi, Montgomery, Maedroth. You'll notice Miguel Vargas has the day off today. Kelenic, Peters, Acuna, and Drew Romo behind the plate.
They'll be facing Griffin Canning On for his Padre debut today. He opened 2025 campaign as the Mets' #3 starter and was in the midst of a career season before suffering a ruptured left Achilles tendon. So you saw what he did there. There's his numbers with the Mets. Here's his arsenal. He mixes it up pretty good between that four-seam, slider, and changeup. And this will be a new Griffin out here in San Diego. We'll see if the White Sox can handle him. Here's the defense behind Canning for the Padres. In left, Laureano, center Merrill, and in right, Castellanos. In the infield, Machado, Bogarts, Cronenworth, and France. And behind the plate, receiving the pitches, Freddie Fermin. Our weather is presented by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. A little bit overcast today, but I can confirm it is still pretty perfect out here in San Diego. Here's your home plate umpire, John Lipka, neutral, trending towards that pitcher-friendly portion of the graph. Call strikes 7% above MLB average into right-handed batters.
All right, we are getting set for the first pitch to close out this three-game set against the Padres with the rookie Sam Antonacci in the box against Griffin Canning, making his season and Padres debut on the mound. Canning goes through his windup and missing down and in, ball one. Antonacci, he bat leadoff in the WBC for Team Italy. Also in AAA Charlotte, an 11 games batting leadoff, hit .341. As the first two miss, 2-0 the count here to Antonacci. Does anything change in terms of approach at the plate if you're hitting leadoff versus anywhere else in the order?
Yeah, I mean, generally you want to see some pitches, right? But I mean, ultimately, you just want to be aggressive in the strike zone. You don't want to go out there and make easy outs early in the count. You want to see some pitches, make that pitcher work a little bit.
Especially a guy like Cannon, who they were expecting to have him on the opening day roster, but had a setback in spring training, so was not able to go. That's why he makes his season debut today. And a 4-pitch walk to start this ball game. That Sox walk is presented by IDOT. You text, you pay, it's not a game. It is time for our lines to watch, presented by Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be. We check out the odds for White Sox home run hitters today. Gordo, who do you like here?
I like Mooney to get back on top, especially if they throw those fastballs down and into him.
Can you imagine if that's the kind of summer we're in store for? Watching Murakami chase the home run lead with some of the best in baseball, that would be an absolute dream.
I want to be a part of that summer. A dream summer.
Check on Antonacci. As Griffin Canning has missed with all of his pitches so far. That one not even close, and Freddie Fermin is going to have a conversation with his starter to see if he can get settled down.
Yeah, probably a good visit right here by Fermin. A little bit of nerves probably for Canning coming out here. New team, new environment. Probably some family in the stands.
I mean, this is a Southern California guy. Grew up in Mission Viejo, California, about an hour away from San Diego. Played his college ball at UCLA. Also spent 5 seasons with the Angels, so he is back home, and he's feeling something on the mound. First strike that he has thrown, swing and a miss from Murakami.
I was just going to say, he doesn't want to be at home right in the middle of the plate right there, because I think that Mooney was all over it. I think he stretched the strike zone a little bit to go after that one.
2-1.
This is a dangerous pitch right here for Canning. Mooney with that four-seam fastball, if he gets it in the middle of the plate, I just don't see him missing it.
Benintendi waiting on deck to start this ball game. 3-1 pitch. Murakami high in the air to left field. It is Laureano making his way in. And there's the first out of the ball game. We've seen Benintendi at the top of the order. Not exactly his favorite, so they settle him here into the 3-hole today. See if Benny can get back on track at the plate. 1 for 8 this series. Antonacci with his leadoff walk on at first. Can understand there's a lot going through Canning right now. Had a renaissance last year with the Mets, a really good start to the season before he went down with that injury. Left Achilles rupture. Not something easy to come back from.
This was a nasty pitch. He's been throwing that fastball. This is a changeup, and look at the depth and drop on that changeup. Really good by Canning.
Check on Antonacci. Benny's in a hole here, 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. StatCast 3D is powered by Google Cloud. We take a look at Colson Montgomery and what he has done so far this season. 9 home runs at the plate.
Colson, don't throw it in the middle of the plate to Colson because he's going to whack it. That one four-seam up and away, kind of the lone outlier, but most of those pitches in the middle of the plate. And the great thing about Colson's swing is he really covers the plate really well. It's not one of those things where he has to hit it the other way. He can pull any pitch on the plate.
One of the first keys for Colson Montgomery to know if he has an effective at bat is just making a good swing decision. Am I swinging at strikes? And you can take a look at the damage he does when it's in the zone.
Canning definitely was unsettled on the mound early in this inning, but he has since found that changeup that he threw to Benintendi. Both pitches that Benintendi swung through right there, really nasty changeups.
Just underway here in San Diego, the finale of this 3-game series. The White Sox looking for the sweep over the Padres. And Canning has been spraying the ball all over the place early on to start this one. Let's see what kind of hack here Colson Montgomery will take. A 3-1 pitch.
That's that changeup. I figured he would go back to that because he really hasn't had good feel for the fastball. So if you're Colson, you might want to sit on it again, knowing that he hasn't been able to throw consistent strikes with the fastball. Now the problem is when you sit on a changeup, you got to make sure it's up, right? You've seen how much that ball has some depth on it from Colson in terms of the changeup. So if you're looking for that changeup, let's make sure it's up and stay in the middle of the field.
3-2. And the fastball misses out of the zone, ball 4.
See, exactly my point right there. Has not had great feel for that fastball. Walks Colson. Nice at bat by Colson right there, but shocked that he didn't go back to that changeup.
I mean, you got a pitcher who is struggling with his command on the mound. This is the perfect guy to step up to the plate. Chase Mydroth, who is so disciplined. His numbers this series, 2 for 7. You can tell Canning is just searching for something to get over the plate with some kind of consistency.
And I'd like for Mydroth to be aggressive right here because obviously he's good at the plate seeing pitches, but right now this right on right, it kind of negates that changeup a little bit. So I want him to be aggressive, see if he can drive in the runs. because all of a sudden if you have a walk right here and you get Kelenic up, that's fine, and Kelenic can do some damage too, but that changeup gets back into play with the lefty up, and that's his best pitch right now. So I like my draw to be aggressive here, try to drive the runs in himself.
1-1. Grounder up the middle. It is Bogaerts, bobbles, and there's going to be no play. Now comes home with it as Antonacci did not stop rounding third. And that'll do it for this top of the first inning. The San Diego Padres, Ramon Laureano, he's been swinging a hot bat, as well as Miguel Andujar. Jackson Merrill, Manny Machado in the cleanup spot. Bogaerts, France Castellanos, Freddie Fermin behind the dish, and Jake Cronenworth at second.
Anthony Kay on the mound for the White Sox. It's his 5th start, 7th appearance, a couple of openers in there. Last 2 times out has not been his best stuff. He received a no decision against the Angels, allowing 4 runs and 7 hits, 2 walks, and a couple of strikeouts over 4 innings pitched. Here's the arsenal for Kay. He does a really good job of trying to mix these pitches, and hopefully Anthony gets back on track today following the lead of Schultz and Burke.
We mentioned Sean Burke and Noah Schultz. The first 2 starters in this series against the Padres combined for 12 scoreless innings, really setting up this White Sox team to win the first 2.
Here's the defense for the White Sox behind Kay. In the outfield, Antonacci, Peters, and Kelenic. In the infield, Montgomery, Acuna, Mydroth, and Murakami. Drew Romo behind the plate.
Fastball by him. Good start for Anthony Kay. Well, Schultz starting it off on Friday, then Burke yesterday. They were both phenomenal.
Both really good, both pitching 6 innings. Schultz only giving up a couple of hits. He did have those 3 walks in the first inning, but after that it was lights out. And then Sean Burke last night, he was excellent from the get-go, just dominant. 6 innings pitched, only gave up 4 hits and no runs.
This starting rotation has looked really good as of late for the White Sox. A lot of credit to the pitching coach, Zach Bove. Talked to him before the game, and he said, you know, he's adjusting like the young players as well. First time being a pitching coach here with the White Sox, and he's understanding how guys like to how they like to learn, how they like to make adjustments, and just what words and things work well for each pitcher.
Yeah, it's a good point. Baseball players all have different vocabularies. Not everything resonates the same way with each pitcher. Everybody thinks about things differently.
On the ground to short, it is Acuna. Throw across, and 2 quick outs here in this first inning. So what the White Sox noticed with Noah Schultz is that the sweeper was very effective. It was the most used pitch for him. He threw it 25 times. Hitters were 0 for 4 against it with a strikeout and a walk. The game plan today is to try and have Anthony Kay lean on that sweeper against righties to have success.
And Anthony Kay has been very tough on lefties. Only a couple lefties in the lineup today, but he's held them to a .095 average. So he's been tough on them. Unfortunately, the right-handers have gotten him a little bit this year to start.
That was a nasty little breaking ball from Kay there. Gets the swing and a miss. 1-1. Well, these Padres have lost 4 in a row, but they're not the only ones struggling. Everyone in the division has lost 3 or more games. The NL West has lost a collective 19 games in a row. And according to OptaStats, that is the first time in Major League Baseball history that everyone in the division is on a 3 or more game losing streak. Unbelievable.
That is wild. Absolutely wild stat right there.
That's why the Padres, even though they lost 4 in a row, still just a half game back of the Dodgers for first place. Broken bat, and that one will roll foul. Just shows you anything can happen in this game, because the NL West has always been one of the deepest divisions in baseball. And right now, everybody is scuffling out west.
Yeah, lately they've been the division that everybody kind of measures themselves against. And right now, the White Sox doing their part, along with some other people playing the NL West.
Good start here for Kay on the mound, as he looks to put away Jackson Merrill. Here's his 2-2. Two down here in this first inning. The payoff from Kay. I'd say the fastball looks pretty good here early on in this first inning.
I think the ball's jumping out of his hands. He's gotten some good swing and miss on those breakers, and the fastball looks solid too. So Merrill started to have a little bit better game the other day, so we'll have to watch him closely. He's hitting 3 for a reason.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Couple punch outs for Anthony Kay, who looks to get back on track here for the Sox.
Anthony Kay with the high heat. Right past Jackson Merrill for out number 3 in the first.
Half inning is brought to you by Wintrust. 6-7-8 to the plate, starting with Jared Kelenic. And his career, 5 for 55 against the Padres. We'd love to change that around here. Everson Pereira on the injured list. It is Kelenic getting the start right today. Bouncer up the middle. Bogarts fires it. And one away to start this second inning. Let's go to Brooke for some news and notes.
All right, guys, let's start with the Phillies because they wasted no time after getting shut out by the Marlins on Saturday, putting up 6 runs in the first inning in their win. Aaron Judge, well, no surprise, he continues to stay hot. 13th homer of the season, now tied with Mune for the Major League lead. And in Minnesota, a bit of a concern here. Joe Ryan had to leave in the first inning with elbow soreness. We know how crucial he is to that rotation, so hopefully nothing too serious, guys.
Anytime you look at the elbow, anything in that area for a pitcher, there is cause for concern, and you know the Twins are going to be extra careful. One out. Tristan Peters at the plate. .286 batting average on the season. And the 2 strikes now. Machado at third will now back up defensively.
Peters batting .407 in his last 11. He's been doing a good job of hitting the ball and bunting the ball.
Seems to be rubbing off because it's pretty much everyone who's in the lineup can lay something down. That Benintendi bunt yesterday,
I don't know if we can call it a bunt because it was
squared. It was squared.
Yeah, it was airborne for 90 feet.
Grounded to the right side. It is Cronenworth. And Peters is retired for out number 2. There's no doubt the White Sox are playing a much better baseball. MLB ranked since April 17th, and you can see across the board White Sox getting it done.
Listen, when you're hitting and you're pitching and you're fielding your position, you're going to win games. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're doing all 3 well, and this is what you expect when they're doing that well. Obviously, in the last few years, we haven't seen all 3 of those work at the same time. It's either been one of the 3, and they just haven't won the same amount of games, but great brand of baseball coming from the South Side right now.
And over that time frame, since April 17th, White Sox, the 4th best record in Major League Baseball. This has been so much fun to come to the ballpark every single day, knowing that the White Sox always have a chance to win the game. You look at some of these numbers over the course of this 5-game win streak, outscoring opponents 28-13. Chopper left side, Machado charging on the move, will make the play. And the White Sox retired in order here in the second.
And I have an update on Shane Smith. He had a short start on Thursday through 2 scoreless innings, but I'm told that he's dealing with right rotator cuff strain and he's going to be sidelined for a couple weeks. Pitching coach Zach Bove said they kept an eye on him, and it's unfortunate because he's taken really big strides, especially with that four-seam fastball. But one thing we know about Shane Smith, guys, he is resilient, and they expect him to pick up where he left off when he gets back in the mix.
All right, huge update. Thank you, Brooke. Hopefully Shane Smith will be okay and continues to get things sorted out in AAA. And it's Manny Machado with a single. And that's how we start this bottom of the second inning.
Manny going the other way. Yeah, just out of third. Manny seeing that open side. You see where Mydroth is, just wide open side of the infield. And Manny says, I'll just take a single the other way. Very pro at bat by the veteran.
One of the things we are looking for with Anthony Kay, potentially using a different arm angle today. Zach Bove said they've been searching and tinkering with a lot of things in this off week to try to get Kay on track. We synced up some video with his previous starts, and right now the arm slot looks very similar. So don't notice much different from Kay, but he did have a good start in that first inning.
Well, feel versus real is a real thing in the big leagues. Something really small that only the pitcher or hitter can feel. And it might look the exact same, but in their mind it's different. That to me is probably what's going on. It might look a little or like it might he might think it looks different, but it's not. But ultimately, if that achieves what you want, which is better results, then it really doesn't matter. A lot of times you just got to be kind of crazy to play this game anyways, so trick yourself.
On the ground, this could be two. Acuna starts it off. Mydroth to first. Double play turn here in the second.
It's our Steinhoffels double play. Steinhoffels donates $200 to Special Spaces Illinois for every double play. Double plays that make a difference. This one is tailor-made by the boys in the middle. Acuna to Mydroth to Murakami.
Acuna a lot more comfortable playing on the infield. You can tell shortstop is his strongest defensive position. And that one is fouled away. Rate is a proud partner of the 2026 White Sox. The Rate app gives Chicago fans an all-in-one wellness app with tools to build financial strength and guidance for fitness and stress management. Feel better, live better, play better. Download the Rate app today. All right, here's the two arm angles. So on the right, the last start for Kay against the Angels, and on the left today, very similar. But to your point, if it's just a mental fix, maybe that will accomplish things for Kay on the mound. It's going to be a tough one towards the line in left field, and it's going to drop. So Ty France was jammed there, but able to come away with a two-out single.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there. It felt like that ball was going to be called just because of how long it stayed in the air, but Antonacci clearly playing, yeah, pretty deep in left center and running hard, just unable to get there. I think for me, the only thing, Sam's still learning the outfield, but right there with two outs and that ball's not going to go very far if he misses it. It's okay to dive, especially because Acuna's right there. You might still be able to keep France at first base, but ultimately I think probably a pretty good job to not, as we look at a challenge.
Chicago has one challenge remaining.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
But probably a smart play to not dive, keep that runner at first base, then a single doesn't score him. So just one of those balls that was hit in the right spot.
So Romo unsuccessful with that challenge. The White Sox only one remaining now. We're seeing Kay come inside to these righties with some heat as he deals to Nick Castellanos. 2-0. This one driven down the line in left field. It's going to be a fair ball. Antonacci gets it back in. They're going to wave in the runner. Here comes the throw from Mydroth. No chance. What a throw and a relay as the White Sox gun out the runner at home.
What a play right here, and a perfect way to get this throw at home. I mean, the relay here from Antonacci, an overthrow of Acuna, but Mydroth right where he needs to be, and a perfect one-hop throw to Drew Romo. Well done.
Game, and that's one thing that's really stood out with this lineup is just the patience that they've been showing. They've already drawn 133 walks this season. That's tied for 8th in Major League Baseball. And when you look at where they've been the last few years, it's a huge jump, near the bottom of the league in walks each of the last 3 seasons. And Will Venable said he's really been pleased with just the swing decisions. When they're disciplined 1 through 9, it just shows how dangerous this lineup can be, guys.
Whoa, Drew Romo gets into one in the right field. It is gone. 3rd home run of the season as Drew Romo stays hot at the plate. And the Sox take a 1-0 lead here in the 3rd.
Drew Romo just pounced on this one. Wow. Gets it up and in and smacks it. That 93 mile per hour looks like a little two-seamer, and it goes right back towards his barrel and into some bleachers they set up in right field. 1-0 White Sox. Romo starting to hit in that catcher's position. Anytime you can get production from the 9-hole hitter, man, that is big time, and especially from your catcher as well. Well done.
Top of the 3rd, White Sox a 1-0 lead now. This half inning is brought to you by Hyundai. Drew Romo had that 2-home run game in Chicago and continues to stay hot here on the West Coast in San Diego. Antonacci walked to start this game, but was thrown out at the plate trying to score from 3rd. What did you think of that aggressive base running decision by Antonacci there in the 1st inning?
Yeah, it was one of those ones where if the shortstop throws it to first base, it's a great decision. But if he's going to hold it, which he clearly was, just a little too aggressive, right? It's going to probably be the bases loaded and 2 outs, and you take another chance. But he was out by a mile at home plate. We've had a couple out by miles at home plate so far this game. I like the aggressiveness, but ultimately, if that shortstop doesn't release the ball to try to get that out at first base, got to shut it down.
We have seen that Antonacci is a guy who likes to take some chances. 3-2 pitch. In there, called strike 3. Let's go back to that swing from Drew Romo.
Oh, I love this look right here. You can see how quickly those hands roll through. Right off the bat, you knew it was hit hard enough. It was just a matter of if it would stay in the air.
Second at bat for Murakami today. Flew out in the 1st inning. In on the hands, did not get a good piece of it. And a couple flyouts for Murakami today. So 2 outs now here in this 3rd. Andrew Benintendi steps in. Went down swinging his first time up off a steady diet of changeups. So take me into the mind of Benintendi. You know how the pitcher attacked you that first time up. What's your thought process this second at bat?
Well, it's hard. You don't want to look for his best pitch. So I would try to think about bringing the ball closer to me. That way it keeps me off that changeup down and away.
This one in the air to left center field. It is Merrill drifting back at the warning track, and he makes the catch to end this third. But the White Sox strike first. Drew Romo. How about the run he is on? Goes deep. Sox lead it 1-0.
His biggest fear as a kid was getting sick, and when it comes to style, he's hoping long shorts make a comeback, so take that for what it's worth. And as far as who gives the best advice in the clubhouse, listen, he's new to this group. He says he's leaned a lot on guys like Miguel Vargas, Davis Martin, and Andrew Benintendi. He told me the best advice they've given him: keep it simple. It's a long season. Just keep going, guys.
I hate to break it to him, as someone who covers a lot of college basketball, the shorts are getting shorter and shorter. So I think the trend is going in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I'm not in on the long shorts. Not a big fan.
You're a short kind of guy.
Well, I don't know. They can be too short.
Here's Acuna at short. What is the definition of too short?
That's a great question. I think it's in the eye of the beholder. And I think immediately when you see somebody shorts, they're either too long or too short. You'll just know it.
Where should it hit on the knee for it to be just
I like
right?
it just above the knee, just above. Just like if we're talking athletic shorts, just above the knee. Like when I say just above, like a ½ inch above the knee.
You know the Sox are playing well when we're talking about short length.
Yep.
And Brooke is not even involved in this.
I know. I mean, we should get Brooke to be involved because she probably knows fashion better than us.
Combined.
Yes.
What you guys got for me? I was actually, Gordon, funny enough, Brittany was handing me a hot dog through the fence, and it got caught in the fence. So I missed everything that you guys just said, if you want to take a look.
Well, it's good to know that your family is just jamming you up.
What you got for me, though?
We were playing off the Antonacci thing where he said he hopes the longer short trend comes back. And I was saying college basketball guys are going shorter shorts. And then we were talking and trying to determine what is the appropriate length for a short. Where should it hit on the knee?
You know, shorts have gotten a little too short for my liking, but I think like right above the knee is a good length, I would say. Maybe like a few inches above the knee.
Whoa.
Not too long, not too short. Whoa, is that too short?
Well, look at my son Bodie. He's got him a few inches above the knee, and
let me look at Bodie.
He moves his hands.
Yeah, Bodie's got some short shorts on. Some short jorts, if you will. What are your thoughts on jorts?
Not a fan.
See, I like them. John?
I don't own a pair, so I can't say I don't like them, but
I think they're great for kids that are 3 and 5.
I'm not mad at that. Anything looks good on kids.
He's waving at me.
I wish you guys could see this hot dog right now. It's completely destroyed. I have it with me. We literally tried to fit it through the fence.
Oh my gosh.
Can you see it? It's destroyed. I'm gonna eat it anyways because I'm starving.
Wait, I need to see that again. So it was wrapped before it went through the fence?
It was wrapped, and she tried to fit it through the fence here, and I kept pulling, and the bun came off.
All right. Well, you've got.
So, but I'm gonna eat it.
You got half of a hot dog.
I'm hungry.
Go get it.
Go about your business.
Brooks said,
We'll take over. We'll take over. Take your time. Tell Bodie to sit down.
To out, top of the order, Ramon Laureano. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, meanwhile, Kay just mowing him down here.
He has pitched really well to start this ball game.
And we're talking about shorts and hot dogs, and he's just mowing down the Padres. It's a good sign for him. Obviously, a couple of starts he wants back the last 2 times out, so looking pretty good to start this game here in San Diego.
Two. This one driven deep in the air. Will it stay fair? Hooks foul. Every Sunday home game, enjoy family-friendly activities throughout the park. Plus, kids can run the bases after the game. To learn more and purchase tickets, visit whitesox.com/Sunday. We are hoping for warmer temps, better weather in Chicago. All the families and the kids can come on out. Maybe after we come back from this West Coast road trip, we will bring that good weather back to Chicago with us.
I think you now know after a couple of years, you can't trust the weather in Chicago until about June 1st. And then pretty good chance you're going to have a decent day. Maybe some thunderstorms.
For sure.
But it's not going to be freezing cold.
You can put the jacket away.
Yeah. Maybe bring a vest just in case.
The 3-2 pitch here from Kay. Yeah, he went around. Third strikeout for Anthony Kay, who has looked like a different man on the mound today. When we come back, Colson Montgomery leads things off as the Sox a 1-0 lead. Love seeing the Southside pride here out in San Diego. Top of the fourth we go. The half inning is brought to you by Toyota. Colson Montgomery leads things off. White Sox with 2 hits against the starter, Griffin Canning. Montgomery walked in the first. Looking to get to double-digit home runs here in San Diego as he fouls that one away.
You'd love to see the White Sox scratch a few right here because we haven't seen the Padres have a big inning yet, and they have been either cold or having big innings, so they're due. You'd like to see the White Sox get a little bit out in front of that, just knowing that that might happen. It's bound to with a lineup as good as this Padre lineup is.
Also, with the way that Anthony Kay is pitching, he would love to give him some support so he feels a little more comfortable, but he has been stellar.
Yep,
first
agreed.
3 innings on the mound. 2 balls and a strike. That changeup's been wicked.
Yeah, Canning's best pitch is what he's known for. Changeup has been really good. It's been on point. He has not had great control of his fastball, and if he does get great control of his fastball, that pitch is going to be even harder to hit. You can see the depth and the run on it. That's in the middle of the plate. Still unable to get it is Colson.
Doubled it up, back-to-back changeups as Montgomery able to foul that one off. Always loves to talk about Derek Jeter, his favorite player growing up. Two-two.
What do you think's coming now?
Oh, you think the changeup?
Oh, yeah.
Blown away?
Bet the house. Not my house, Chris Withers' house. We're betting his house.
You can't bet other people's houses.
Well, I'm doing it.
I'll bet you who goes and gets Froyo middle of the game. 3-2. So a couple walks today here from Montgomery. Let's go to Brooke to empty out the notebook.
All right, guys, I caught up with Everson Pereira today as he's dealing with that right pectoral strain, and he said this is nothing that he's really dealt with before, and it's frustrating because he said every time I felt like I was getting ahead at the plate or defensively, I'm dealing with these injuries, but he's learning to really trust his body, trust the process, and control what he can control. Austin Hayes, this is the second day off for him, and I'm told that it's nothing serious. He's just dealing with some lower body soreness. You know, they had to expedite his rehab assignment, you know, with these injuries here, so they're just trying to ease him back in the mix, so nothing to worry about there. And Sean Burke, after the game, guys, asked us to ask Sam Antonacci about his sushi experience. Remember, all the guys went out with Mune a few nights ago to sushi, and Sam told me he was the only guy that didn't know how to use chopsticks. So Mune was giving him a really hard time. So I asked him, what's more nerve-wracking, eating sushi with chopsticks in front of Mune or trying to hit in the big leagues? And he definitely said eating sushi with chopsticks, guys. I would imagine, right?
I feel like that's going to become a segment at some point. We're going to get Antonacci on camera, maybe part of Friday Night All Access at some point, with some chopsticks in his hand.
Who can't use chopsticks to eat sushi? There's somebody else, right?
That's not me.
Oh, there is. Our producer, Chris Withers, also likes to use other things, not chopsticks, to eat sushi.
Is that right?
Yes, yes. It's a tough look. I've seen it live.
We might have to have a segment with him as well on Antonacci.
Let's get Antonacci and Withers together and watch them eat some sushi, nigiri or sashimi. We'll have Brooke figure that out later, which one they go with.
Another big crowd here at Petco Park. First 2 games of the series have been sellouts. And a challenge from Freddie Fermin.
Pitcher's called a ball. Catcher's challenging.
So it was called a ball. ABS powered by T-Mobile. The call will be overturned. Strike 3 on line drive. Padres are really good when Freddie Fermin starts behind the plate. To start this season, they are 13-4, and you can see he makes really good decisions. So 1 away brings up Jared Kelenic. Padres in regular season debut for Griffin Canning, coming back from a left Achilles rupture last season when he was with the Mets. And he's going to show the Padres something, because there's a bunch of guys waiting to get healthy and come into this rotation. They signed Lucas Giolito, so right now he is in AAA, building up. They're hoping to bring him up. Also Joe Musgrove, Nick Pivetta, they're expected to return at some point this summer. So help is on the way for the starting rotation for the Padres. On the ground to the right side and into right field. Montgomery goes first to third, and the Sox are threatening with 1 out here in this 4th inning.
Nice swing right here by Kelenic to get it past a diving Cronenworth. Change up in the 4-hole, and a really solid job. You can see this, Montgomery, he's running and didn't know if he was going to try to test Castellanos in right field, but does so without a throw. Good job right there, first and third. Ball to the right side. It's generally a go unless it's just scalded at the right fielder.
Head to the ballpark on Friday, May 8th, as we take on the Seattle Mariners. Catch the White Sox in their City Connect uniforms. Plus, stick around for a post-game fireworks show presented by Steinhoffels. To purchase tickets, visit whitesox.com/city. Ruben Niebla, the pitching coach, out for a conversation with his starter Canning. And because the entire infield is there, could be talking about a potential bunt here from Tristan Peters at the plate right now.
Yeah, good call, John. Peters is really good at this situation, and a lot of times he's going to try to do a safety squeeze, and that is generally put towards the first base line, and hoping that the first baseman will come off and have to field it and just go to first.
Let's see what Peters decides to do here. The runner's on at the corners with 1 out.
Yeah, Manny's in off the grass at third base, so got to take it to first base where he's being held.
Shows bunt and fouls it off himself. He was in the box at the time, so it's just strike 1.
This one, it looked like Peters was trying to get out of the box just a little too quickly. The goal is to make sure you put it down and get that run across, and he's done that so well. I think he just was a tick quick on trying to get it down. I think he was trying to get himself a hit as well. You see him, he's running right before that ball hits the bat, and because of that, he just misses it just a little bit.
Let's see if he squares again here. And they go to first. And they got Kelenic picked off. Let's see if the White Sox decide to challenge.
You see the replay right here.
And Will Venable says play on.
Oh man, that is a tough one. Good, really good move by Canning. Surprised Kelenic, but that's a big out in a big situation, especially now that Peters will have to swing away. Well, potentially could lay it down for a bunt, but it's got to be a hit.
Ty France now pinching in at first. Completely changes this scenario now with 2 outs in this 4th inning.
Yeah, it puts Peters in a much more difficult position because now he's obviously got to get a base hit, or there needs to be a pass ball to score Montgomery at third base, but the whole left side of the infield's open.
Missing outside, ball 2 here to Peters.
The beauty of if you can bunt as a lefty, you bring that third baseman in, and then the shortstop's playing up the middle, so you have basically the whole left side of the infield vacated. Perfect shot right there by our crew.
2-1. Way inside, ball 3.
And they might be pitching around Peters a little bit. Acuna just hasn't had the start to the season where you fear him coming up to the plate. Peters, is, as I mentioned last, has been really swinging the bat well.
20th pitch of the inning for Canning. Sox trying to score. Colson Montgomery from third. And Peters will use his time.
Peters has got to be careful because obviously some bases are open. Try to find a way to box it up in the middle of the plate. Maybe he can get a hanging changeup right here. Slap it into the outfield.
3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, it has been a beautiful trip out west here to San Diego. White Sox would love to leave Southern California with a sweep. The finale here, Game 3. Bottom of the 4th, Sox with a 1-0 lead. This half inning is brought to you by Davis Law. It is Military Sunday here in San Diego. Very patriotic display between innings. San Diego is home to the largest United States naval base on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And there was a salute to the Navy between innings. Very cool scene.
Yep, it's also why the Padres wear that camo, honoring the troops. And I am well aware of the base because staying on Coronado over the last 4 or 5 days, you hear those jets roaring. And I mean, it is, if you're into that, it is a lot of fun. And I'm into it.
This one is drilled by Andujar. And we have got a tie ball game here in this 4th inning. Second home run of the season.
In my mind, I thought this was probably a big inning for Kay, especially with the way the top of the inning went down for the White Sox offense. A shutdown inning would have been nice, but it's 96 on an inner third, and you see Kay right there. He knew immediately that ball was juiced. Andujar kills that ball to left center. No doubter, and we got ourselves a tie ball game. Almost like he was looking in there because that ball was placed pretty well on the inside corner, right on the edge. Andujar waiting for something in there, it seems, and did not miss it.
Well, we'd said early on that Kay was coming inside. So maybe we're seeing an adjustment this second time through the order now for the Padres.
And sometimes hitters will take a chance. They're saying, hey, I think he's going to come with that inside fastball right here. I'm going to step in the bucket and see how far I can hit it.
Popped up. Foul territory. Montgomery will make the catch for out number 1.
Sox fans, missed last night's game? With the Chicago Sports Network app, you can watch full game replays on demand, anytime, anywhere. Start your 7-day free trial today at subscribe.chsn.com. Chicago Sports Network, full stream ahead.
Big hack there from Manny Machado. Singled his first time up. Well, you said it. This entire offense really has not had those big explosive innings. Fernando Tatis Jr. still doesn't have a home run, not in the lineup today.
Yeah, and talking to my brother-in-law Jake over the last few days, he says their offense is either really hot or really cold right now. They don't have a lot of consistency in the lineup, but when they start scoring runs, they score them in bunches.
Another big blast to left field. And this one is gone. Second home run for the Padres here in the 4th. A solo shot from Machado. His 5th of the season. And San Diego takes a 2-1 lead.
Well, we were just talking about it. Sometimes they score it in bunches. Let's see where this pitch is. It's a breaker on the inside corner. Harder to hit the fastball than that one. That one falls right into the barrel of Manny Machado, and it's 2-1 with the sweet swing of Manny Machado. Always makes White Sox fans want to vomit.
Let's see if Kay can settle down now. As the Padres take their first lead this series. This one is hit hard through the hole into left field. So we're seeing much different swings from the Padres this second time through the order. First time the White Sox trailing this series. And you never want to be behind against the Padres with the bullpen that they have. And we have not seen Mason Miller yet this entire series.
Well, we said it yesterday. If they were winning or they're losing, you're still going to see him today.
Ty France singled. Was thrown out at the plate trying to score in the second. And this one is ripped into left field. Antonacci gets it back in, holding Bogarts at second, but that's the 4th hit this inning.
Some of these pitches have been kind of middle up. That one right there is down and in. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's obvious to me that the right-handers, after the first time in the lineup, are saying, hey, whether we're on the dish or not, we're going to think about pulling the baseball, and they're getting those pitches, and they are not missing them. Got to find a way to go away from some of these right-handed hitters, because it does seem like they are sitting inside. And just got to find a way to make an adjustment. Still can possibly get a ground ball double play, get out of this inning, but they're threatening. And Castellanos, who had a home run the other day, steps to the plate with a couple men on.
And you would think Zach Bove noticing the same thing, probably having a conversation to see if Kay and Romo can switch up the game plan.
Yeah, fastballs in, cutter in. Find a way to maybe go away with that changeup, who is one of his best pitches.
Castellanos doubled his first time up. Tapper off the plate. Kay fields. He will come to first with it. And there's out number 2 as both runners advance. Freddie Firmino for 1, a ground out in the 3rd inning. As Kay is trying to limit the damage here in this 4th. A couple of solo home runs giving the Padres a 2-1 lead. A 1. Okay, clearly still coming inside. But that one off the plate, ball 2.
Coming inside is fine. Just got to make sure it's on the edge or in off the plate. Get those right-handed hitters thinking in and then go back away. But it just seems like Kay's having a hard time locating anything to his arm side. He's going all glove side right now, which is what Schultz did a lot the first night too. So you might, if you're the Padres, you start seeing that. You start to see a trend of hey, the White Sox like to establish in. Let's just sit on in.
3 balls and a strike. As Fermin fouls that one away. Okay, upper deck with the catch. Nicely done. That's why you bring your glove to the ballpark.
That mitt looks like it was strung in 1958.
Three-two. Freddie Firmino with batting average under 200 this season. Payoff pitch. Another one fouled away. Lengthy at bat with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's pitch number 8.
And Romo can't squeeze. Runners coming in.
And the Padres take a 3-1 lead off the wild pitch. I apologize, that is ruled a pass ball.
Yeah, I mean, let's see where the pitch was. Gosh, it looks like it went through the webbing. I mean, it's a cutter, it's a miss. And Romo takes his eye off just for a second of it, and it's a run here for the Padres. Another one, 3 so far this inning. It'll be a pass ball on Romo, and the inning's not over yet. 9-hole hitter Jake Cronenworth stepping to the plate.
Cronenworth committed to that one, strike 1. Six pitches here in this 4th inning for Kay. There's now one strike. And getting out of this with runners on at the corners. Pitch number 70 in this ball game. There's Miguel Andujar with a leadoff home run to start this home half of the fourth. And he did go around strike three, but the damage is done as the Padres put up 3 here in the fourth and take the lead. Still good vibes as Drew Romo gave the Sox a 1-0 lead. But the Padres came roaring back. 3-1 ball game after 4. Caught up with what you missed. It was Drew Romo. His 3rd home run of the season, a solo shot. White Sox led it 1-0.
Yeah, but then Miguel Andujar with a solo home run in the 4th to get the run scoring. And follow that up by Manny Machado, another solo home run. The bottom of the 4th was good for these Padres.
Pass ball allowed another run to score. And that's where we stand now, 3-1. White Sox trailing as we start this 5th inning. (8-9-1) to the plate for the Sox. Luis Angel Acuna takes that one inside, ball 1. 1-1 the count here. This half inning is brought to you by St. Xavier University. Acuna's 0 for 1 with a ground out today. Swing and a miss on that breaking ball, strike 3. Well, Drew Romo certainly making the most of his opportunity, getting called up recently by the White Sox. 2 home runs, the first 2 of his career in a game back in Chicago, and now the 3rd of his career today in San Diego. How about the last 8 plate appearances?
Reaching base very often.
Let's take a look at that swing back in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, got a 2-seamer, top of the zone, went right to his barrel, and hit very well down the right field line. Look at that, 24-degree launch angle. 57 feet high, 363 feet away, and that's what a solo home run looks like, John.
All right. Griffin Canning, 3 strikeouts in a row.
Step inside the Chicago White Sox with Chuck Garfien on the White Sox podcast. Exclusive interviews, expert analysis, and behind-the-scenes access, all in one place. Stream new episodes every Tuesday at 4 on the CHSN app, Chicago Sports Network. Full stream ahead. Canning has really gotten into a groove now. You can tell, starting to feel his pitches, feel comfortable on the mound. This is why it's easier to get good pitchers, or any pitcher for that matter, early in the game when they're not settled. Now he's starting to settle in a little bit, and he's got a little bit of run support.
Activated today, the corresponding move was German Marquez, Friday night starter. He has gone to the injured list with right forearm nerve inflammation. That one is fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Antonacci did chase that one as Canning strikes out the side. San Diego White Sox trail 3-1. This half inning is brought to you by Prevagen. With Brooke Fletcher on the field alongside Gordon Beckham, I'm John Schriffen. Thanks for spending your Sunday with us here on CHSN. Top of the order is Ramon Laureano, as the Padres sent 8 hitters to the plate in that 3-run 4th inning. Some action in the Padres bullpen, which is never a good sign. One of the best bullpens in baseball. Becomes a very key inning for Kay on the mound to try to keep this a 2-run ball game. 1-2. The game plan was to go with more sweepers today, as they noticed Noah Schultz had a lot of success trying to get the right-handed hitters to make tough decisions in the zone. And that one worked right there. Good wipeout pitch for Anthony Kay. Strikeout. Start this bottom of the 5th. What's up, everybody? Welcome back inside the booth. Gordon, John. All right, a tough 4th inning, but Kay trying to get back on track here.
Yeah, I think he ran into some guys that were looking in, and they hammered his pitches that were inside. And right there, he got out over the plate, got a changeup. Problem is, the White Sox are going to have to come back against one of the better bullpens in the big leagues. They have all of kind of their big weapons at the back of the end of their bullpen ready and rested because of what the White Sox have done over the first 2 games of this series. So especially with Canning coming off of the IL, it's probably the end of the road for him, and then they're just going to hand it off to the big dogs. And hopefully the White Sox can find a way to scratch, but that's what they're going to have to do against these guys, scratch runs across.
It was this guy who started the damage in the 4th, Miguel Andujar. His 2nd home run of the season, a solo shot. Broken bat, and is back to Kay. And there's out number 2. Time now for a message from Ankin Law.
Howard, my husband fell at a construction site. I knew it wasn't safe.
At Ankin Law, we're one of the largest filers of workers' compensation claims in the state. If you've been hurt on the job, in a car accident, or suffered a medical mistake, call 312-6-million.
This is what makes baseball so fascinating. It's the game within the game. You could tell, you pointed out, Gordon, that the hitters were looking in, attacking that inner third of the plate. So now Anthony Kay now making an adjustment here. His 3rd time through the order, has retired the first 2 here in this 5th. Jackson Merrill is 0 for 2. Another one of these guys they would love to get going, just 23 years old. 1st round pick of the Padres in 2021. Was committed to play college ball at Kentucky, but when you're taken in the 1st round, decided to go play pro ball out of high school. Two. Pitch count getting up there now for Anthony Kay as he gets ready to fire number 85 today. 3-2 pitch. On the ground, Murakami will field. The toss to Kay, just gets there in time. When we come back, Munetaka Murakami, he is now tied with Aaron Judge for the Major League lead. Will he take it over by himself again? Come on back. Good bounce back inning from Kay. Top of the sixth we go. Padres lead it 3-1. This half inning is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai.
Adrian Morejon on for the 15th time so far this year. This will be the start of that bullpen we've been talking about. A lot of those big arms are rested. And Morejon will be the first one out of the bullpen. They're not trying to stretch Canning out. First start from off from the IL, and he will be facing Munetaka Murakami here in the top of the sixth. I will say the White Sox are going to get back in this game. This might be their last decent opportunity. You saw the ERA from Morejon. He has been giving up some runs, so potentially the last option before you get into that deep end of the bullpen for the Padres.
Breaking ball to start the at-bat, as Morejon is known as a flamethrower. Fastball averages over 99 miles per hour. There it is at 99. And Jordan Leisure getting up and going in the Sox pen. Big heat coming at you. The 200th career appearance for Morejon. And when he comes in the game, the Padres are 11-3. Vargas did not start, but he has a bat in his hand, looks to enter this game as a pinch hitter on deck. And a challenge from Freddie Fermin.
Pitcher's called a ball. The catcher's challenge.
Called a ball. ABS powered by T-Mobile. And the call is overturned. Strike three.
Today's game is brought to you by Marquette Bank. Marquette Bank is Chicagoland's trusted neighborhood bank and home lender. Level up your banking with Marquette Bank at emarquettebank.com. Marquette Bank. Love where you bank.
All right, never easy coming off the bench being a pinch hitter, but especially when you're facing extreme velocity. Any keys for you over the course of your career when you're facing a guy who can get up to close to 100?
Yeah, you just got to shorten up a little bit, right? I mean, and getting off the bench, another thing you can't do is you can't wait around too long. You can't wait around to kind of ease into the game. If you get a pitch to hit, don't wait around. Take a shot if you get a fastball and let it loose. Getting deep into that count when you haven't seen any pitches or haven't been in the lineup for 6 innings. Do it at your own peril, I should say.
So Miguel Vargas pinch hit for Andrew Benintendi as the first one misses, ball one. Saw the numbers for Vargas since April 16th. What he has done at the plate has really picked things up. Pre-gaming made easy. Treat your group to a patio party. Get 2 hours of an all-you-can-eat plus unlimited beer, wine, and Coca-Cola products. For more information, visit whitessox.com/party areas or call 312-674-1000. Crowd here at Petco Park has been a lot louder here in the finale of this 3-game series. 1-2 pitch. Vargas has a 15-game on-base streak. Looks to keep that going with this pinch hit appearance here in the 6th inning. Over those last 15 games, 5 home runs, 10 runs batted in, 13 runs scored, and 14 walks. 2-2. Just getting a piece to stay alive. Serious heat there, up and in, ball 3.
Almost thought they were going to check that one, but as you can see, Fermin knew that ball was up.
Good at bat for Vargas. 3-2. Goes down swinging. That is now 6 strikeouts in a row for Padres pitchers.
Gassed him up. Top of the zone, right down the middle. Looked like Morejón did not like where he put that ball, but it got away with it. Vargas pretty good at bat coming off the bench, just unable to foul that one off or give himself another chance.
Couple walks today for Colson Montgomery. Extends his on-base streak to 16 games in a row now. Looking for somebody to break up the strikeout streak. Oh, 2. That is now 7 in a row. Padres pitchers dialing it up. MLB Plus is new for 2026. You can stream MLB Network 24/7 in the United States and select out-of-market games every week. Plus, you get live radio broadcasts of every game, game day 3D, big inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today.
Jordan Leach, you're on for the 15th time so far this year. The results haven't been very pretty for him lately. He has allowed 8 runs, 7 earned over his last 5 appearances. Leans heavily on that 4-seamer slider combination and mixes in a changeup and sinker.
Gets the ground ball. It is Acuna at short. Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Chicago Southland, where the action never stops. Play the hottest table games, enjoy the newest slots, and celebrate big jackpots. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. So with 1 out, Xander Bogaerts steps in. Singleton scored on that pass ball in the 4th inning. That was the 3rd run scored by the Padres. On the air to left field. And Tanachi waiting on it. And there's out number 2.
Here's the bullpen usage the last 7 days. You can see a lot of single-digit numbers, and that is underscored by the fact that the starters have really been pitching well, and it shows what it does to that bullpen. It gives them a lot of rest. Those green numbers, obviously out there when they've entered with the lead. Been a good job by the staff over the last few weeks, and that bullpen has been pretty rested because of it.
Seranthony Dominguez has become a real weapon late in the game for the White Sox. Saved the day with the bases loaded ninth yesterday. As Leisure trying to work a scoreless sixth inning here with 2 outs. Two for today for Ty France. One, two. Leisure looking to build some confidence back. Comes to the plate.
Yeah, he's done a good job so far this inning. A couple quick outs. Got an opportunity to have a 1-2-3 inning. I know something he wants right now. Confidence builder.
Got him upstairs. Good pitch from Leisure. After 6, it's the Sox down 3-1. If you just joined us, let's get you caught up in what you've missed. Well, the Padres pitchers, they are bringing it. They have struck out the last 7 White Sox hitters, maintaining this 3-1 lead. The last time the Padres have done this, go back to 2021, it was all Yu Darvish on the mound. This one put in play, and it will make its way into left field as Chase Mydroth a single to start this 7th inning.
That's what I was talking about earlier, is go ahead and don't let a fastball pass without taking a rip at it. Chase does a good job of that back home in San Diego, and a single for him, his 2nd of the day.
So Derek Hill will be the pinch hitter. A conference on the mound as Derek Hill can get on in a variety of ways. Another good bunter for this White Sox team. Second inning of work for Morejon. Threw 16 pitches back in that 6th inning where he struck out the side. 8 of his 14 appearances have been 20 or more pitches, so he is very comfortable with this workload. There's the bunt, but it is popped and pushed foul.
Yeah, Derek Hill trying to push it towards the second base Cronenworth. That's what they call a push bunt, and it's generally implemented when a lefty's on the mound that falls off towards the third base side of the rubber.
A 1. Hill swinging away, comes up empty there. Oh, 2. Well hit in the left center field. It is Merrill going back, looking up. Get out! Derek Hill, a pinch hit 2-run home run, and we are tied here in the 7th.
What a swing by Derek Hill. A huge swing by Derek Hill. Deep center field, fastball right down the middle. Derek Hill, 0-2 pitch all over it. Doesn't miss it. And this ball game is tied. When you have a good team and you start to roll like they have been with the White Sox, guys like this, Derek Hill, guys on the bench come off and they change the scoreboard. Derek Hill does it here in the top of the 7th in a huge spot.
Gordon, we said this team is different this year. Just how different? That is the first pinch hit home run for a White Sox player since Luis Robert Jr. did it in 2024.
Wow.
Tristan Peters pops this one up. It is Machado at third. And the first out here in this 7th inning. This is why it is so much fun to come to the ballpark. Even when they're down late in the game, there's this never quit attitude with this White Sox squad.
Well, we talked a little bit about it. I mean, Morhone throws hard, but he has given up some runs, and Derek Hill makes him pay. 0-2 pitch right over the middle. Derek Hill ready for it and just smokes that one into their bullpen.
Tried to bunt his way on, fouled it away, and says, you know, let me just swing away at this thing. Acuña's 0 for 2. Key for Acuña is trying to not expand the strike zone, as he's been pressing a little bit at the plate, trying to get on. Sox fans, join us at the ballpark as we celebrate moms and women. Come watch the White Sox Saturday, May 9th as they take on the Mariners at 6 o'clock. 15,000 fans will receive a women's athleisure jacket presented by Rush. To purchase tickets and prepaid parking, visit whitesox.com/promos. In off the plate, the count is now full for Acuña. You would love for his speed to get on here with one out in the 7th.
And he would represent the go-ahead run. I agree, John. If he can get on, he is a devil on the base paths.
Down the line, Acuña is thrown out at first for out number 2. It was Drew Romo got the scoring started. Solo home run in the 3rd inning made it 1-0.
Will he do it again, John?
He has homered from both sides of the plate.
That's right.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Derek Hill ties this game at 3 as it's time to stretch here in the 7th. We are going to stay here on this Sunday for God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Huge pinch hit, two-run home run by Derek Hill in the top half of the inning. He stays in the game to play right field. And a new pitcher on the mound for the Sox.
Tyler Davis on. He made his major league debut on April 25th, and he's worked hitless and scoreless in his 3 MLB outings. He has walked 1 person, but that fastball is a reason why he has been one of the better pitchers out of that pen so far for the White Sox.
He will face Gavin Sheets, who pinch hits for Nick Castellanos to lead off this home half of the 7th. Always good to catch up with Gavin, former White Sox player, brought up throughout the organization. And I asked him what's special about this Padres team right now. He said there's just so many veterans on this team that when you come to the ballpark, everyone just takes care of business. Nobody has to say anything to each other. As Sheets high in the air to right field. Coming on is Hill. And he makes the out. Let's go to Brooke and a trip down on the front.
Hagen Smith made his first start since being named minor league pitcher of the month, going 3 innings in Charlotte, and he's allowed just 1 hit, but command is still a piece they're working through. 3 walks, a lot of deep counts, and that limited how far he could go. But when I talked with pitching coach Zach Bove, they want him attacking the zone and just continuing to build up. He said he's trending in the right direction. He's just got to clean up some of those counts. And hey guys, some breaking news. Braden Montgomery is being promoted to AAA Charlotte. He's been absolutely crushing in Birmingham this season, guys.
Hey, let's clap it up. Clap it up for Braden Montgomery. Let's go.
Yeah, love that.
It was only a matter of time before he got called up to AAA. 1 step closer to the bigs. I was talking to Brian Bannister over the course of this series, as this one is pulled foul. And he was talking about when you make changes to young pitchers especially, he said it's like the 3 stages of riding a bike. First stage, when you ride a bike, you just get on and you're just terrified. You don't really know what's going on. Everything is so new to you. Second stage of riding a bike, you're starting to feel comfortable. When the turn comes, you start thinking about things. You're still in your head, not completely sure. Third stage of riding a bike, your friend says, hey, let's go for a race. And all you're doing is you jump on it and you're just thinking about beating them to the finish line. That's what's happening with some of the young pitchers. They want to get them to that third stage where when they get on the mound, they're not thinking of anything. As Hagen Smith still going through some changes in AAA.
Yeah, going out just and competing, right? Allowing your mechanics just to do what they do and not overthink it. That makes a lot of sense to me, and I now know how to ride a bike.
3 stages, right?
That's the 3 stages. I need to teach my kids that. They haven't started riding bikes yet. Follow our Chicago White Sox at chicagosportsnetwork.com, presented by Nationwide Insurance agent Jeff Vukovich. Get to enjoy knowing the Vuk as much as you do the jingle at jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on our side.
Freddie Fermin has grounded out and walked today. And a pitch clock violation called on Davis, so ball 2 is awarded to Fermin. Just miss on that edge, and the count is now full. The ball off, ball and a half. Three-two. Popped up right above us.
Man.
All around us, the foul balls this series.
Yeah. I keep thinking we might get one. It's been a few years since one came in the booth for me, so I'm sure this next one will come right in.
I've only gotten one, and that was in Anaheim last year.
Was it a catch?
I fumbled it.
That's okay.
Grounder up the middle. And Acuna showing the nice movement as he records the out, 2 down here in this 7th inning. How about Derek Hill?
Yeah.
Coming off the bench, you got a flamethrower on the mound, and we have a new ball game because of that 2-run shot.
I mean, 0-2 gets a pitch right in the middle of the plate and just doesn't miss it, just crushes it. The center fielder, Merrill, did not even try to run after that when he knew it was going off the bat. Just a really good job. If the White Sox can find a way to come back and beat this San Diego Padre team, sweep them for the first time ever, and do it against their bullpen, that would be a pretty big day.
Tyler Davis, a 1-2-3 7th inning. If you're just joining us here on this Sunday, well, we're here to get you caught up. Drew Romo, solo shot third, made it 1-0 White Sox on top.
A pair of solo shots in the 4th. Miguel Andujar and also Manny Machado doing some damage for the Padres.
Add in a pass ball, it was 3-1 Padres on top. Derek Hill pinch hitting in the 7th. A 2-run blast ties this game at 3. And that is where we stand right now.
Jason Adam on for the 10th time so far this year. He's one of their horses. See that ERA at 2.25. He does a good job of mixing it up, throws a lot of off-speed, sliders and changeups, as Bryce Johnson goes into the game in right field for Sheets.
Top of the order for the White Sox. A very different feeling here in this ballpark after the White Sox tied this game. And Tanachi in the air to right center field. That ball continues to carry, and the catch is made at the warning track by Merrill. All right, big moment. Come on to the TV set. You know who's at the plate. Munetaka Murakami. He is 0 for 3. A chance to give the Sox the lead here in this 8th inning. Kind of a herky-jerky delivery from Adam on the mound.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of funk to that delivery. That's what makes him difficult. He also throws a lot of off speed. Almost 70% off speed via the slider and the changeup. Did see a fastball there.
He pulls that ball out early and just kind of shows it to you, but then pauses. First time Murakami getting a chance to see him. Behind in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Up out of the zone, ball 2. Six home runs already in the 7th inning or later for Murakami. And a called strike 3.
It was a close one. Murakami thought about challenging it. I think it's probably the right call to not. Yep. Top corner away from him. He wanted to challenge, he didn't, and it was the right call. Pretty good pitch, almost backed up a little bit for Adam, away from Murakami.
Speed pitch had Vargas out in front of that one, strike one. Vargas pinch hit back in the 6th and struck out. Talked about the NL West with everyone on losing streaks of 3 games or more coming into play today. Well, the Dodgers have snapped their losing streak. A 4-1 win over the Cardinals. Tapper put in play. Tough play for Adam. Bare hands falling away. And an infield single for Miguel Vargas.
Just a little tapper right here by Vargas. As soon as he hit it, he knew he's probably got a single right there. Adam almost throwing it away down the line.
It's the image we have come to love from Miguel Vargas. Hustling and the helmet flying off as he goes down the line.
Hair flopping in the wind.
You think like a Pantene commercial and ad in his future?
Maybe, maybe.
He's like, yeah.
It's like, that sounds nice.
I'll take the endorsement. Colson Montgomery 0 for 1 with 2 walks today. That win by the Dodgers snapped the Cardinals' 6-game win streak. That was the longest active win streak in Major League Baseball. Colson Montgomery knows he had one to hit there.
Time now for the upcoming schedule presented by Toyota. Let's go places. And this will do it for San Diego. Heading to the Angels tomorrow for 3, followed by an off day. Back home to Chicago where they'll face the Mariners, and it's another off day. Facing the Royals and then also the Cubs.
Angels, they snapped a 7-game losing streak yesterday against the Mets. But the Mets are ahead 3-1 right now, top of the 8th against the Angels.
Got ourselves a good one right here. White Sox have been able to fight back, tying that game. Derek Hill with a big blow.
1-2. Missing outside. 2-2 the count here to Colson Montgomery. Just continues to find ways to get on base. 16 games in a row now getting on base for Montgomery. Out of the zone, count is full.
Vargas will be off with the pitch, right? And he's been running really well, so expect him to score on a ball that splits a gap.
(3-2). In the air to left field as Laureano went back, now comes in. Tie ball game. We go to the bottom of the 8th here in San Diego. Learn from the pros this summer at White Sox Summer Camp. Starting at $165, kids ages 5 through 12 can register for a 4-day baseball camp. Now, campers will receive a Sox swag bag with a White Sox branded compression sleeve, 2 tickets for a 2026 White Sox home game, and more. To learn more, visit whitesox.com/camps. The little one will have to wait a few years to sign up for their first camp, but you don't need to have any baseball experience to sign up. They will teach you everything you need to know.
Wake that baby up. We got a good game.
With Brooke Fletcher on the field, alongside Gordon Beckham, I'm John Schriffen. It has been a good one here to end this series on Sunday. And we've seen 4 home runs. 2 for the Sox, 2 for the Padres. As Tyler Davis come out for his 2nd inning of work. As Brian Hudson getting ready in the Sox bullpen. Strike from Davis. 3 balls and a strike to count here to Ramon Laureano. And a walk to start this bottom of the 8th. And it's time now for a preview of White Sox postgame live presented by Yingling. We check in with Chuck and Ozzie. And Chuck, I know you got to love this no-quit mentality from this Sox team.
3-1, a pinch hit home run by Derek Hill on an 0-2 count. Something special going on with this team, certainly, but you got to win this game. That'd be
the hardest thing to do is hit a home run, pinch hit a home run. But there you go. Hudson throw the ball very well. It's warming up in the bullpen. Hopefully it's a winning edition.
Yes, we hope it is a winning edition. We'll see you after the final out. Back to you guys in San Diego.
All right, Chuck, Ozzie, appreciate you guys. Looking forward to a winning edition of the postgame show. As Will Venable will make the slow walk to the mound and make a pitching change. So after the walk to Laureano, that'll be it for Tyler Davis. We are going to step aside and come back to San Diego after this quick break.
Tonight's game with the Chicago Sports Network app. You can watch full game replays on demand anytime, anywhere. Start your 7-day free trial today at subscribe.chsn.com. Chicago Sports Network, full stream ahead. Brian Hudson on for the 17th time so far this season. Has the longest active scoreless inning streak, 12 2/3 among relievers in the majors. He has not allowed runs in his last 14 games, allowing 1 run after allowing 1 earned run in each of his first 2. Over 2 1/3 innings pitched to start the season. And he comes in a big spot, man on first base, nobody out, Andujar at the plate.
So the first one missing from Hudson. As Miguel Andujar, take a look at his OPS splits, righties versus lefties.
Pitch is called a strike. Batter challenger.
So a challenge from the hitter, ABS, powered by T-Mobile. And it is indeed a strike. The Padres down to 1 challenge remaining. How good has Hudson been out of the bullpen for the White Sox?
Yeah, I mean, just coming in and doing what he's done, especially lately, he just slings it. Obviously, another tall guy, another tall lefty the White Sox have with him and Schultz.
Going over to first, he's got a good move over there, too.
I was just about to say, and he's got a very good move. And it even fooled Murakami a little bit, taking him up the line a little. Big spot right here, trying to get a ground ball left side of the infield, soft contact, maybe turn 2.
That has been the pitch for Hudson. The heater gets the strikeout. And he has really leaned on his fastball and sweeper.
Yeah, the sweeper the first couple pitches, and then all of a sudden runs it up and in to Andujar, who makes a bad decision. And it just eats him up inside. Nice pitch by Hudson, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Runner goes, throw down from Romo. And not in time, a stolen base for Laureano.
First move running by Laureano. Took off and no chance to catch him at first base, or second base, excuse me. Somehow manages to stay on the base.
So the go-ahead run now stands at second with one out in this 8th inning. Jackson Merrill 0 for 3. Hudson also made a change to his arsenal. Instead of a slider, instead of a cutter, he's now changed it to a slider this year. His first 2 appearances gave up 3 runs. His last 14, lights out. Murakami knocks it down. There's going to be a play at first, but Hudson not there in time. What a job by Murakami even getting to that ball, keeping that runner at third.
Saved 1 run for sure, and Hudson a little bit late getting over there, but this is a good job just to catch the ball and live to fight another day. Watch this play by Murakami. I mean, that is ticketed for the right field wall. Ball was smoked off the bat, and it looked like Hudson might have come up a little bit lame. They're checking on him right now.
Appeared he had to kind of reach back to receive that throw as his momentum is taking him towards the bag. But he will stay in this game.
Yeah, good throw. It's probably bang bang, but it's probably a base hit. Murakami with an excellent job to save a run. That was the go-ahead run. He's still on third base, but White Sox still have a chance to turn 2. You got Manny Machado at the plate, doesn't run as well as he used to, so you have an opportunity to turn 2 if he can get Manny to roll over, but Manny having himself a really good day, 2 for 3.
Fastball by him, strike 1. His solo home run back in the 4th inning gave the Padres a 2-1 lead. Runner goes. Romo fakes the throw. And a stolen base for Merrill. So with the double play chance gone, White Sox will bring the infield in. 0-2. Hey, White Sox fans, Wintrust proudly presents Big League Family Fun at the ballpark. You can stop by the Wintrust Kids Zone in left field, where kids can develop their pitching, batting, and base running skills with the White Sox youth coaches. Wintrust, proud partner of the Chicago White Sox. Oh, 2. Yes, sir! Big strikeout for Hudson, out number 2.
An absolutely huge pitch right here by Hudson. Second and third, 1 out. Pretty much anything in play gets a run home, and 95 away against a guy that's already had a knock and a home run. And a big out here for the White Sox. Bottom of the 8th, now 2. And one of their hottest hitters at the dish, Bogarts.
Hudson guides the first one in there, strike 1. Bogarts singled and scored on the pass ball. That made it 3-1 in the 4th inning. And Hudson is a strike away from getting out of this jam.
Yeah, I like how aggressive he's being. Even in this big key moment, he's not nibbling. He's going right at these big-time hitters for the Padres. It shows a lot of confidence in what he's got going right now, and shows a lot of confidence of what he has built up over the last 12 2/3 innings coming into today.
Vito warming up in the White Sox bullpen. As Hudson trying to put an end to it here. Second and third with 2 outs. Deals. Missing inside, ball 1. What a game this has turned into. The finale of this 3-game series in San Diego. 1-2. Deep breath from Hudson. At 6'8" on the mound, an imposing figure. 1-2.
You don't have to give in right here. Obviously a base open. It does open the door for a walk to walk in a run, but got to be careful with Bogaerts.
2-2 pitch. Tapper off the plate. It's going to be a tough one. And nobody's going to get there. Run comes in as the Padres take a 4-3 lead in the 8th.
Well, this is just unfortunate for Hudson. He makes a good pitch. It's just a tapper, but it's hit right in the right spot. And it's going to get a run home. Look at this. Just didn't even mean to hit it. Very unlucky here for the White Sox. And the Padres up 1 run now, and not done yet in the bottom of the 8th.
Ty France steps in with 2 down. This is the first one. Runner from first goes, no throw from Romo. And the 3rd stolen base of this inning for the Padres. There's that man, Mason Miller. One of the best closers in the game. You know he will come in with a lead now. The White Sox are hoping it will only be a 1-run ball game. Oh, 2. Once again, it's 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs as France stays alive. Hudson has had to throw a ton of pitches here in this 8th inning. This will be the 25th on the way. Two balls, 2 strikes. Broken bat in on the hands as Acuna makes the play at first. We will go to the 9th with the Sox down 1. Well, that is what's happened so far. White Sox down 1, and they will have to face this man in the 9th.
Yeah, Mason Miller on for the 16th time so far this year. He's 10 for 10 in saves. Look at the ERA, a 1.17 ERA. He had a 34 2/3 inning scoreless streak snapped a few days ago against the Cubs. So there is hope for the White Sox, but the door is closing.
So the first pitch missing to Chase Meidroth to start this 9th. As you're looking at the Major League Baseball save leader, Mason Miller, with 10 on the season. Look at the ranks among qualified pitchers this season. This is why he is in contention for the Cy Young as a closer. And then a little wrinkle there, but that one missing. Ball 2. All right, what are the chances of a challenge here? Excuse me.
Yeah, it looked a little down. But it might have been just the way that Fermin caught the pitch. Yeah, it's there.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. That means the White Sox are out of challenges here in the 9th. Two-two. Bounced that one. All right, all-time relievers to win the Cy Young last happened in 2003. Ergani was a perfect 55 of 55 in saves attempts. That's what it would take for a reliever to do it again. In there, called strike 3.
Well, trying to work a walk it looked like, but look at where this pitch is. I mean, good luck if you're Chase Meidroth. 101 on the black. It might have nicked the corner of the strike zone. Good luck.
That's why the Jumbotron had a picture of the Grim Reaper for him coming out, because that stuff is scary. Edgar Caro. He will pinch hit here in this 9th inning. Out of the zone, ball 1. Sox looking for any way to try to keep this 5-game win streak going. A comeback, the Sox would get to 500 for the first time this season, but look at what they're facing. One-two. Swing and a miss.
Caro on the pitch hit. Nothing doing though. 102, top of the zone. Can't catch up to that. Absolute filth coming from Miller.
Leads Major League Baseball in terms of whiff rate. That's Tristan Peters, last chance, strike 1. What would your approach be against a guy like this?
Good luck. That's my approach.
Peters on the ground, and it'll get through. A single into right, and this game is not over yet.
When you throw 102 and you break off a couple breaking balls in a row, that's how you get on him. Peters with another knock. And you've also got a fast base runner on first base. If Acuna can find a way to split a gap, there's a good chance this game will be tied. And also Peters potentially could take off to steal second base and get into scoring position.
First pitch to Acuna. Fastball at 100, strike one. He is working all around the zone. There goes Peters. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Safe! The Sox have a runner in scoring position to try to tie this game in the ninth. And the Padres say play on.
Good jump right there by Peters. Just gets in. Pretty good tag by Cronenworth. Allows that ball to travel just like my draw did the other day. And Peters just in there. But it is 0-2 to Acuna. Find a way to put it in play. Never know what can happen.
Tying run at second with 2 outs here in the ninth. 0-2. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3, and that'll do it. Mason Miller wraps things up. Major League leading 11th save, and the Sox fall in the finale of this series 4-3.
Well, the Sox did fall, but they fell the right way. They came back. Derek Hill with a big 2-run home run, getting the White Sox back in it, and unfortunate and unlucky, Bogart just has a tapper that goes past the mound, which gets the game-winning run home. It's one of those ones you just tip your hat. They played a great series out here in San Diego, and they can hang their hat on that as they head up to the Angels up in Anaheim.
Well-played game. The White Sox showed what they are made of. The 5-game win streak comes to an end in this finale as the White Sox lose to the Padres 4-3. For Brooke Fletcher, Gordon Beckham, I'm John Schriff, and thank you for spending your Sunday with us here on CHSN. It's not over yet. White Sox postgame live presented by Yuengling comes your way with our guys, Chuck, Ozzie. Fellas, it's all yours.
Well, Ozzie, this is a game where, I mean, if they would have come back and won this game, it would have been incredible. But I'm feeling good about a loss, which is kind of odd because I rarely ever feel that way. But the way that they came back, tied this game, could have potentially won it, almost won it, at least tied it in the ninth.
Well, it's a great game overall. If you think you're going to win 2 out of 3 in San Diego, I will take that every day. You know, it's a funny thing because the way it ends, Ozzie Guillen.
Oh, yeah, a check swing infield single to win the game. That was straight out of your school of baseball.
That's 2 out of 2. Yesterday and today, I win a couple games. But anyway, pitched well.
Yeah.
K is pitched okay. I'm not going to say pitched great, but overall, tremendous baseball game. They continue like that, they're going to have a lot of success because they compete. They go fight all the way through the inning, and they don't give up. They don't give up any at bat. They don't give up any pitch. And I think it was a good game for the White Sox today.
White Sox 5-game winning streak comes to an end. Their last 3 losses, 2 in the 10th inning to the Nationals, and this one. That's how the White Sox are playing right now. We have a losing edition of White Sox Postgame Live, but it's going to be a great show. White Sox come up a little bit short in San Diego, but they take 2 of 3. They win another series. Ozzie and I are back with the show next.